Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a topic that's kind of going to flip everything you thought you knew right on its head. We're talking about blood sugar, and we're tearing down a massive misconception about that one famous metric we've all been taught to associate with a single obvious culprit. So let me ask you this. If someone is watching their blood sugar, what is the absolute number one thing they should avoid? Is it sugar, fat, or salt? I mean, I bet almost everyone jumps straight to sugar, right? It literally has the word sugar in the name. It just makes perfect logical sense. Well, brace yourselves, because the actual surprising answer, it's too much fat. Yeah, you heard me right. Fat is the real hidden enemy lurking in our kitchens. It's the silent saboteur causing long-term chaos with our metabolism and driving up those blood sugar levels when we literally have no idea why. Section 1, the hidden enemy. Fat. Okay, let's dive into the fascinating science behind this surprising revelation and figure out exactly how fat pulls this off. To really get this, we've got to talk about insulin resistance. Basically, this happens when your body cells just stop responding correctly to insulin. So the glucose, the sugar, gets locked out. It gets stuck floating around in your bloodstream instead of getting inside the cells where it's supposed to be used for energy. But, how does fat actually cause that? Think of it like this. Imagine insulin is a tiny key, and your cells have doors with little locks. In a perfectly healthy body, your pancreas pumps out 10 perfect keys. They unlock 10 doors, and the sugar just glides right in. But what happens when you're eating a diet heavy in fat? That fat literally gums up the locks. So now, your 10 keys might only manage to open, say, 6 doors. Your pancreas completely panics. It sees all this sugar piling up outside, goes into overdrive, and frantically starts stamping out 20 or 30 keys to try and force the issue. It's working overtime, and eventually it just burns out completely. And this leads us to an absolutely wild study from our source material. Researchers basically tested what happens when you eat a portion of fatty, oil-soaked braised meat versus consuming pure sugar. The results? Totally staggering. The fatty meat actually triggered a faster, more intense blood sugar spike than the pure sugar did. The excess fat basically instantly slammed those cellular locks shut, aggravating the insulin resistance. So controlling your fat intake is honestly more crucial than obsessively counting every single gram of sugar. Section 2. Proteins and the leg roll. All right, let's step into the kitchen for a second and look at the meat drawer. We all need protein, sure, but how do we pick the right ones? Enter the leg roll. This is a super simple, visually brilliant way to remember which meats have the healthy fats. Number 1, 0 legs. Think seafood, like fish and shrimp. Absolute best choice, packed with great fatty acids. Next up, 2 legs, poultry, like chicken or duck. A really solid, safe choice. And then at the bottom, 4 legs, beef, pork, lamb. These guys are loaded with saturated fats and really need to be limited. Basically, the fewer legs the animal has, the happier your metabolism is going to be. And when you look at the actual calories, the difference on your plate is crazy. For the exact same amount of calories, you can eat a nice 45-gram piece of fish or just 15 tiny grams of fatty pork ribs. You see the issue there? Fatty meats just obliterate the volume of food you can actually eat without overloading your system. And remember, any of those extra surplus calories, your body is just going to convert them straight into sugar and fat anyway. Section 3, the truth about eggs. Let's grab that egg carton, because it's high time we busted one of the biggest, most stubborn nutrition myths out there. People hear the word cholesterol and instantly treat it like toxic waste. But it's not that simple. You've got bad cholesterol, sure. That's your demolition crew, building up dangerous plaque in your blood vessels. But you also have good cholesterol. Think of them as the cleaning crew. They literally scrub your arteries and haul the junk back to your liver. And here's the kicker about egg yolks. They are absolutely loaded with lecithin and B vitamins, which are exactly what your body uses to build that amazing cleaning crew. To put it in perspective, the recommended daily limit for cholesterol is about 300 milligrams. And guess what? One standard egg yolk has maybe 200 to 250 milligrams, meaning you can eat a whole egg every single day, completely safely. It's incredibly nutritious and it hits your daily needs perfectly without going overboard. So please, I'm begging you, stop tossing those yolks in the trash. Section 4, the plant and fruit trap. Okay, so we love to assume that anything grown in the ground is an automatic free pass, right? Well, not exactly. If we actually sort our veggies by how they act in the body, things get super interesting. Water-heavy stuff like spinach or cucumbers, go wild, eat freely.
But treating starchy veggies, your potatoes, your pumpkin, your taro, like they're just free vegetables, that is a massive trap. If you're having roasted potatoes, you are eating a starch. You have to swap out some of your rice or bread to balance that. Otherwise, your blood sugar is going straight to the moon.
And fruits play the exact same mind games with us. Your taste buds are basically liars. How sweet something tastes has almost nothing to do with its actual sugar content. Watermelon tastes like pure syrup, right? But it's actually only about 4% sugar, because it's mostly just water. Meanwhile, a dragon fruit can taste pretty bland, but it packs way more carbohydrates. The natural acids in the fruit completely mask the sugar, tricking our brains. So how do you actually know what's safe? You've got to play lead scientist for a day. Here's a highly effective DIY hack. Eat a small portion of just one fruit. Wait exactly 1 hour. Check your blood sugar and literally just write down safe or warning in a notebook. If you do this, you build your own custom bulletproof fruit list. Because at the end of the day, your metabolism is completely unique to you. Section 5. Carbohydrate strategies and the porridge trick. Let's head over to the pantry to tackle a comforting morning classic, the bowl of rice porridge. Here's the thing. When you eat overcooked white rice porridge, all that starch has gelatinized. It is literally pre-digested, so it hits your system at warp speed, giving your pancreas an absolute shock. But if you switch to whole grain porridge, toss in some oats or mung beans, you are adding a massive net of fiber. That fiber physically slows down the digestion process, giving you this nice, slow, gentle drip of energy instead of a massive spike. Now I know what you're thinking. Come on, legumes take literally hours to cook. Well, here's the ultimate lazy kitchen hack to save those precious fibers. Just wash your legumes, toss them in a bowl of water, and leave them on the counter overnight while you sleep. The next morning, toss them right in the cooker with your rice. They'll soften up perfectly without you having to boil them to death, keeping all their amazing blood sugar benefits completely intact. Section 6. The Diabetes Marathon. We're reaching the end of our explainer today, and I hope the main takeaway is super clear. Managing your metabolism isn't about miserable, monastic restriction. It's just about making smarter, strategic choices. Like the saying goes, diabetes isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's about playing the long game. It's about remembering the leg rule for your proteins, finally making peace with the egg yolk, and dodging those sneaky hidden fats and starches. So I leave you with this final thought. Out of everything we just broke down today, what is the very first kitchen rule you're going to try out at your next meal? Thanks so much for exploring this with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.